Hello, today we will speak about domestic violence, what is a serious problem that affects many persons of the world. In the recent case, the 25th of March in the Imperial Araucania region, a 28-year-old man, apparently under influence of alcohol, assaulted his partner and then set fire to the house where they lived with their 1 and 2-year-old children. This is violent act resulted in a femicide and a frustrated parricide. The mother and the 1-year-old son survived the fire, while the other son of 2 years was rescued alive and transferred to Narvi Hospital. It's too so sad, see this cause, like that one in North Imperial continued to occur all over the world. It is necessary to work together to prevent and address the domestic violence and to provide support to victims that we can recover and rebuild their lives.
Hi, come. Are outside a neighbor house to take a specimen from him.
You know that this is not and first time this happiness the ordinary time in need for that to count him though because he wanted to run the house because he's arrayed do and nine to do so good looking that woman finally took him away to his side.
Okay, thanks.
The Instituto Nacional along the Chile Transparente Foundation will announce on Thursday the result of the survey perception of the corrupted about young people in Chile. This weekend, people which 25 and 29 years belong to the 26 regions of the country. This information was released by the executive director of Chile Transparente, Maria Jose Jaraqueña. Of more citizen information on integrity insights so that individually can achieve better statistic standards. A similar perception was shared by the director of INJUB, Juan Pablo Duhalde, who emphasized that it's the task of the state to educate the young people regarding to acts of corruption, the fidelity of the young people subject.
Thanks. We will ask some questions so people will know about it. What do you think about the ideology of the young people surveillance?
Most of the young people think and keep the vote of waiting less corruption in their country to live more safely than for team service and their families without the fear of they going out and being bugged or longing for some help, and unfortunately the one who help what's corrupt in his own trade.
How much corruption do you think exists in Chile?
Wow, that is low. The corruption is the corruption, and it has already been demonstration on several occasions, and in different governments we have censored you were not appropriate from the position and did not remove them to obtain benefits from the who yet turns out and not mad corruption.
It is worrying to see how xenophobia and racism continue to be a problem in Chile, as evidenced on April 2022 in a recent incident in which a journalist called for stirring up these sentiments on her television show. This is especially worrying in the context of upcoming elections, where politicians may be tempted to use xenophobic rhetoric to win votes. Intolerance toward immigrants is a problem that affects many people around the world. It is important to remember that most immigrants are people seeking a better life for themselves and their families, and who make significant contributions to the communities in which they live. Not is past you with Elizabeth Orellana.
You know, we will ask some questions to people will think about it. What do you think about immigration in Chile, sir?
Since the arrival of foreigners to the country, everything has become more difficult and dangerous, even more with Latin Americans. And according to the show, Google, the fools who are still on the only 60 papers living with the man here to bring his family to be more dangerous street. Along with them came the drug traffic and trafficking of firearms. Before that, it was a knife or hands. Now every individual is armed with something that comes from Colombia.
Through the answer obtained that indicate that a large part of the civilization perceives the presence of immigrants as excessive. They are worrying since this can lead to negative attitudes toward immigrants and discrimination. It is important to remember that diversity is a strength and that we must work together to create inclusive and welcome communities for all. It is essential that political leaders and media plays a positive role in promoting tolerance and inclusion, which includes avoid xenophobic and racist rhetoric, and promoting constructive dialogue and understanding between different communities.
We took a short break to go to commercials.
Mom, can I go play with him?
You can go and play that game because that's for men.
No more gender discrimination.
Continuing with international news, exactly in March 23 in the present year, National Institute of Statistics and Census of Argentina published a report in which the current poverty rate in the country was released. According to previous reports, the numbers are expected to be significant due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the current economic situation. The latest intake record, corresponding to the second semester of 2020, indicated that the poverty rate in Argentina reached the 42%, which represents more than 20 million people. Experts estimate the situation as worsened in what was of the 2021 due to inflation and job losses. The index report will be highly anticipated by the Argentine population, since poverty is a problem that affects a large part of society. To deal with the situation, such as the implementation of social programs and the promotion of employment. However, the pandemic has further complicated the country's economic situation and increased the demand for social assistance. The results of the inquiry reports are expected to be a call to take action of the government and society in general, to work together in the search for effective solutions to reduce poverty in Argentina.
It's a pleasure to be here this Monday. Starting the week here, we will prepare ourselves with all the meteorological details. Very attention when leaving home. What awaits on the throne this week in Santiago? Today, Monday, a cloudy day. Awaits on the wind and the maximum of the 17 degrees, with the humidity of the 69%, and a minimum of the 9 degrees, with the 17 humidity. In the next 2 days, we will see probability of the rain, so make sure you have an umbrella at hand and your jacket. Have a very good day, John. I say goodbye, Isidora Vega, with the weather.
Illiteracy is a disaster, a virus, caused by the capitalist system. There are the causes, declared the Sandinista leader in a speech during the commemoration of the 43rd anniversary of the National Literacy Crusade in Nicaragua in the year 1980. The president stated that eradicating poverty or illiteracy is now priority to the capitalist system, which Nicaragua had to face after the triumph of the Sandinista revolution, and according to the president, there was no other opportunity, only with a revolution called literacy be achieved. Otherwise, it was to continue with the darkness of illiteracy. The Cuban campaign served as a precursor to the Nicaraguan effort. It too occurred after a revolution, with education also viewed as a key to the consolidation of a new government. Likewise, the effort in Cuba depended upon an intense and massive effort by the public to participate as students, teachers, or both. In less than 1 year, the illiteracy rate in Cuba decreased from 26% to just 4%, with 700,000 Cubans achieving minimal literacy. Truly an impressive achievement. Well, that's all, and that's how today's broadcast ends. So, from the studio, we say goodbye.